Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys. Well, I hope you caught last night's episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. If you didn't, it was an interesting one. I don't think that I would give it like a 10 out of 10. I would probably give it like a 5 out of 10, just because the episode wasn't like incredibly compelling. But we're going to go ahead and break it down for you anyways. Plus, Brittany Bateman gave us some behind the scenes of season whatever, episode 3, like at this point. But we're going to break it all down. So before we do, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and let's jump right in. All right, guys. So the reason I'm giving this a 5 out of 10 was because there weren't that many great moments. I mean, I did enjoy you do French fries, I do franchises. I'm like, shit. Okay. But then also seeing Bronwyn's mother, I don't know why it was a good idea in her brain to ever put this woman on TV. Maybe it's just because she wants her mom to see herself back on TV and see like the way that she acts, because she's not good for TV. We'll say that. But hold on, let's jump right into it. So the episode picks up with the tension between Lisa and Whitney and then shifts focus to Lisa and Angie. Now, Lisa's obviously very defensive because she was doing this as like a whole moment it was like a clarity lunch, right? She was slinging a few insults and she definitely denied all of the accusations, but Angie pushed back, calling out Lisa for deflecting blame and trying to turn others into targets. And Angie noted that Lisa seems to have stopped promoting her son's products, which are Fresh Wolf products, a brand that Angie carries, and suggested that Lisa is now promoting other lines instead. I mean, Angie brought the kids into it. Now, Angie, in this episode, we saw where Lisa's assistant came to her salon to remove the Fresh Wolf products from Angie's salon and from the storage without Angie's knowledge. And she just showed up and she's like, yeah, I got to get these products. But Lisa was like, your dusty salon. She's like, my salon's not dusty, 1. And 2, no, here, if anything has dust, it's these products that aren't selling. And I was like, oh shit. Lisa ended up Venmoing Angie money for those products as a passive aggressive move, along with the snide text saying pretty much, Lisa was like, you should have hired a cleaning company for your salon. Sorry, your salon is so dusty. And Angie clearly resents these comments, right, about her. And many of Lisa's criticisms are actually Lisa's. I think it's the way that Lisa feels. I think Lisa's like, you, Angie. You. Yeah. Then Meredith comes into this because Angie ended up apparently confiding in Meredith about Lisa's behavior, but Angie accused Lisa of instructing her to dig up dirt on Meredith's family and her relatives. And Meredith seems pretty taken aback and questions why Lisa would ever encourage Angie to search for hurtful information that might not even be true. But Meredith said that she believes that Lisa is loyal and pointed out that Angie has in the past lied about her. So she really wonders what the truth is. Here's the other part about that. Once you know that somebody is willing to, and I'm not harping on Lisa Barlow, but when you say you are the biggest in New York and you half of New York City, it's like, well, now you've kind of shown that you're capable of saying really, really awful, hurtful things. So if she's going at you for these things, I can see that. I don't look at it as like, oh my God, this is like, can you believe? No, I'm like, this makes sense. This makes sense that this could have happened. But Bronwyn and Lisa also had this reconciliation where Bronwyn ended up meeting with Lisa at Lisa's Vita Tequila Lounge to attempt making amends. And this actually went really well. This was the resolution to the conflict for sure, where Lisa apologized early in the meeting, stating that, she's tired of hurting one another. And Bronwyn reminded Lisa that she appreciated how Lisa handled past issues involving Bronwyn and Gwen's family. But Bronwyn also noted that she never wanted hostility over the past, but Lisa had previously insinuated that Bronwyn sucked D for clothes, which she thought was a harsh insult. She's like, that is my husband. And Bronwyn did pledge to try a neutral relationship going forward as long as the husbands stay out of their drama. And they touched on family, and she shared that her mother, Muzzy, is now living with them and has softened, somewhat after being very rigid in the past. But their Bronwyn's mother, this is what kind of got me. Her mother criticized her for her parenting, and she brought up Bronwyn's teen pregnancy and suggested that Bronwyn is not too good despite her current lifestyle. And she also kind of made it a comment about the fact that Gwen could have ended up in foster care, which Bronwyn denied that. And she was like, that was never considered. And I don't like that you're even bringing this up. I would be so livid because I agreed with Bronwyn that this was dark. Again, I don't know why Bronwyn brought her mom onto this show unless it was just simply to create a moment where she was going to be able to look at her mom and be like, look, this is how you act. And that could have been the case. It could have been the case. But moving on, Heather steps in during the whole Lisa and Angie feud to call out both women for hitting low blows and reminded them that they once used to have fun together. And Lisa got emotional, and she claimed that she was under the impression that they were in a good place, that she was in a good place with Angie. And Angie said that their fight happened because, she cares deeply. Now, this other moment, I enjoyed this. Brittany revealed that she's back with Jared, so she told Whitney that she's torn. Her children pushed her to prioritize them, and Whitney suggested that Brittany try a 30-day break from the relationship to show her kids that they come first. This is like one of the few moments where I actually agree with Whitney. I think that Whitney made a great point, and it's like, yes, absolutely, prioritize your kids and fucking listen to them. They didn't ask to be brought into this world, and they didn't ask to put up with your bullshit. But Mary and her cousin, Big Joe, they attended her church because the church's renovation, it took about 2 years. And she discussed some of her family fallout, like after her mom's death, which you guys know that I sat down with her mother. So that was an interesting one to see, but also past expectations from her grandmother about her life and her marriage. And that made me sad just because of my conversations with her mother. But I echoed those sentiments to Mary when I saw her for a Christmas party back in December. Now, Angie also gave Heather a mock perm, kind of like as practice, which she showed that she was pretty annoyed that Lisa's assistant grabbed the Fresh Wolf products. But the episode ends with a lot of uncertainty about like the truth of the Angie, Lisa, Meredith triangle. Who's been lying? Who's telling the truth? And how far is everybody willing to push this narrative forward? And I think we're going to get some resolution. I want to hear what you guys think, though, guys. Pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you guys are not subscribed, get subscribed, and we'll see you soon. This was a shit show. Love you guys. Bye.